Before the Giants' big playoff game in Minnesota, New York Post sports columnist Steve Serby caught up with Giants defensive lineman Dexter Lawrence, who was named to the AP's All-Pro second team. And now, Steve, he gets to chat with another Dexter on this edition of Sundays with Serby. Joining me from Minnesota, Steve, what's up?
Dex, which sexy Dexy do I have? What, you're sexy Dex too.
Listen, I was like Dexter Lawrence. Someone in high school, Shaquaya Baker, shout out to her, gave me that nickname a long time ago, and it's not a bad nickname. It's one I agree with.
No, sexy Dexy loves it, but now I can now say I know two sexy Dexies. That's great.
You know what? I'm glad to have made you part of the fraternity of sexy Dexies that are out there. Now, Steve, Dexter Lawrence, he grew up a Giants fan, one of the team captains. What does it mean for him to be a Giant, and how does he lead his teammates?
Well, he believes in servant leadership, which he experienced at Clemson. And with all those number one picks that Clemson's defensive line had, he believes in a brotherhood, and he sees the Giants as a brotherhood. He is a gentle giant, a teddy bear of a guy off the field. But and he welcomed Leonard Williams, his bosom buddy, with open arms when Leonard Williams was traded from the Jets. And Leonard is a guy that's big on relationships. He's very good, a good judge of character, and his teammates love him. And what's not to love, aside from he's an all-pro on the field and off the field.
That is a great way to be. Now, what does Lawrence see as his impact on the field for Big Blue? And what does he believe the Giants can accomplish in the postseason with this game coming up in Minneapolis?
Well, first of all, Sexy Dexy has learned how to play with his length. He already had the strength. He's 6'5", 350 or something. He didn't know his body fat percentage, but I didn't press him on that. You don't press Sexy Dexy on his body fat percentage. What's yours, by the way, Dex?
You don't press me on that either. I'm going to just be clear about that. Do not press me on that either.
Well, no, you've got nothing to worry about body fat percentage.
I don't.
You look like you could bulk up a little bit, too, as a matter of fact.
Wow, but, you saying I need to eat more, Steve? Is that what you're doing? That's what we're doing here?
Maybe a little more Jamaican food, maybe. What do you think?
Well, you know, the Caribbean food is my love, so that's always fine with me. That's good. But back to Dexter Lawrence.
All right, back to Sexy Dexy. Sexy Dexy 1. I would love to see Dexter Lawrence sack Kirk Cousins tomorrow, because he could have a very special sack dance. I asked him, a playoff sack dance, what might that look like? And he said he might get a little bit lower than he normally does, and he gets pretty low doing that little dance. But look, he's their trash-talking bully. And if you're an offensive lineman, don't waste time talking trash back at Sexy Dexy, because that only gets him going even more. So Garrett Bradbury, the Vikings center, has had a back problems. He could be vulnerable for Sexy Dexy later tonight. Bradbury practiced full on Friday. But still, when you got 350 pounds of Sexy Dexy wearing you out and wearing you down, that back better hold up. So, but look, he loves being a Giant. He's going to make a lot of money. The Giants should pay him. They got three guys to pay. They got Saquon to pay. They got Daniel Jones to pay, and they can't let Sexy Dexy escape. And he loves that jersey. He says when he puts that Giants uniform on, he is so filled with pride. He calls it his super suit. And he's been Superman this year for sure. And I did ask him at the end of our Q&A, what do you see when you envision 7:30 Sunday night? And I said, do you envision a celebration? And he said, I do see a celebration, which would mean Giants in the divisional round.
That's what Giants fans want to hear. That's what they want to see. That's what they hope happens at 7:30 on Sunday. They're hoping that. Go ahead.
I'm picking them 27-24, the same score they lost in Minneapolis.
27-24, that is Steve's pick, Giants over the Vikings. Check out Steve's Q&A with Dexter Lawrence at NewYorkPost.com. And Steve, I have to say, in my career, I never thought I would hear the word sexy Dexy as much as you mentioned it in an interview. But I have no problem with that at all whatsoever. I just never thought I'd hear it that many times. You've said it at least over 10 times in this interview.
Well, how does your girlfriend feel about all these ladies in New York calling you sexy?
See, you just tried to get me in trouble. I don't know about all these ladies calling me anything. I just know that one person calls me that. That's it. You're not going to catch me slipping out here. No, 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 no. Nice try there, Steve. Nice try.
Very good.
Thanks, Steve. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you, sexy Dexy.